Here we are, folks. Episode 68. Abomination False Goodness, Pathfinder 2E, 2nd edition. Not the remaster. We're going to pick up where we left off from last week, which was pretty interesting. Of course, we only had 2 players, not including myself. Very good session, actually. Our party managed to gain a lot of experience in that little scouting mission that Bjorn went on, or led the party. And we're going to see what happens next. As the party has all gathered themselves on one of the upper levels in a room they've been in before. We're going to see what's on their mind and what their plans are next. Whether they delve deeper or run back to Atari in fear. We'll see. First, we're going to do some intros. Got a full cast tonight. All 4 players are with us tonight. We're going to start off with Bjorn. Kyle, go ahead and introduce yourself and your character.
What's going on, guys? I'm Kyle. I play Bjorn, the very tall fighter. He's set at 7'1". And yeah, he's wearing a mask all the time. I actually was a returning character for me. He actually met Althea and ventured into the gauntlight once before. And then I felt the call to Arthurian there. But yeah, he's a fighter, but I have him dipped into cleric to sort of provide a little bit of support with a little bit of extra utilities if he needs to. Kind of a quiet, big, strong guy that's definitely not shy about wading in the thick of a situation or holding it down while people run for their lives. Definitely having fun with this guy. I'm glad I gave him a second chance.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Kyle. Next up, we've got Jesse, who's again playing remotely. Introduce yourself, Jesse, and your character.
Hey guys, I'll be playing Balthor tonight. He is my alternate character, my death machine fighter. Sheppy's taking a little break back in Otari, causing trouble, I'm sure. And can't wait to pack things up tonight.
Yeah, excellent. Dizzy, how about you?
Well, I play Lyra, who is a human Aasimar. I hope I pronounced that right again.
ASMR, both work.
Who is a champion. Agatha is currently in Otari, probably looking after Sheppy to make sure she keeps him out of trouble. It's been interesting to switch between the 2 characters, one being shadow, one being light, and I'm actually enjoying playing this character, so hopefully she sticks around even longer.
Good, great. I hope so too. Well then, Dizzy. And of course, we've got Rachel. Introduce yourself and character, Rach. What's going on?
Hello. Today I'm playing Sundara Laurelian. She goes by the nickname Cypher. She's a bard elf. One of oh, and here I am, totally blanking on what I was gonna say. She's a bard. Once played music, all that jazz. Grew tired of it. Still practices, but has taken on a different role of rogue. She's turned to a darker side and into the shadows.
Awesome. I'm loving these new characters. Fantastic. New companions, new members of the companions. That's what we got here. Okay, that's great. We got our 4 players, our 4 characters. We're all set. We're going to go into a recap. Kyle, once again, stepping to the fore for that extra hero point. And I'll give you a bonus because you're helping Jesse with his gameplay here, okay? So you'll have 3 tonight.
I'm sure that I will need them.
If you want to give one to somebody else, you can do that. I'll allow you to do that.
I'll give it to Lyra. Why not?
Okay. Okay, Lyra, you got 2. Let's move on. Let's do our recap. Go for it, Kyle.
Well, last we left our intrepid band of adventurers, we had just completed a combat against a set of demons, completely wiped the floor with them. It was then me and Valifor and Lyra kind of hatched a plan to go back into the previous room where the other characters had unfortunately fell and investigate a set of steps heading down, deeper into the gauntlight. Should have known better, should have ran from it, but we advanced even more into the abyss and descended the set of stairs, came around a corner, and immediately got contact. A couple will-o-wisp fire skulls came out to engage us. The battle was ferocious. I actually loved that battle because of the movement involved. We were all jockeying for a position, including the enemies, so it was a lot of fun there. Valifor actually managed to strike one down in its entirety before the other one fled before us. We then proceeded down the hallway. We were checking doors and came upon a rather grotesque sight. We had found a tiefling suspended, hung upside down, bound by chains. She was severely emaciated. Bjorn and Valifor cut her down, and then Bjorn began to administer some first aid. It was there discovered that she was actually serving a demon, and Bjorn kicked the door shut behind him, leaving the other two out in the hallway. A very long, deep conversation then occurred, and her fate was relatively unknown until Bjorn stepped out of the room and told everybody that he had decided to let her go and to spare her. And then, much to the disbelief of the others present about Bjorn letting this creature go, but he let her go. I did not see her as a threat at that time, and they proceeded into the next room, which was, that's where the party really began. A bright, vibrant, humming red glow enveloped the circle of this room. Lyra, advancing into the room with Bjorn, decided to investigate the magical light, put her hand in it, and activated the trap. She was paralyzed and stunned and couldn't move, and all hell proceeded to break loose. I believe Valifor was going down to get her out while Bjorn was looking for another escape route. I opened the door, and a whole bunch of creatures came out to play. It was at that point I decided discretion was the better part of valor, and Valifor carried Lyra out while I stood and held ground as valiantly as I could until I withdrew. And then Lyra pulled me through the door and I kicked it shut. And then we quickly ran back up the steps, back into the upper level, i.e. level 6. And then we went around and actually ascended another level and found a door that was pitted and spiked shut. We removed the pittons, pulled the door open, and a mummy was sitting there looking at us by the name of Chapt was looking at us and was very appreciative that we let him out of the room. He offered up some information about another demon that had taken over basically the lower level and urged us to have extreme caution. He was basically getting out of dodge at that point. At that point, we shut the door, and I believe we were about to settle into some healing, and that's kind of where we left off.
All right, Kyle, thanks for that. Got your extra hero point, and Dizzy, you get an extra one. All right, so let's move on. So yeah, you've gathered yourselves on, as Kyle referred to it, as level 5, what will be known as the arena level. And you've gathered yourselves in this room. Take a little rest. Gather yourselves and your thoughts. And after this little encounter with this Chef Kahim, it's just then that out of the shadows, you're reminded of one of the companions who was somewhat absent, appears before you in the chamber. That being Cypher. Cypher, have you been watching all along from the shadows? Or were you up to other activities like scouting? What were you up to?
I'd imagine she'd be off scouting, and any time she'd hear another noise, she'd head in the opposite direction, and that's the only thing that's kept her safe.
Okay, let's roll some dice. Yes, one of the things you discovered while you were off scouting. You saw something you've never seen before. Some type of humanoid creature with blue flesh and chains dangling from its body. You kept to the shadows and out of sight. It didn't seem to see you, but you did see it wandering the halls of this particular level, the arena, as we will refer to it as. Somewhere to the west of where you currently are. Somehow you find your friends. Perhaps it wasn't too difficult. They were kind of loud, moving fast and quickly. You found them here in this chamber. And that's where we are right now. What would you like to do?
What have you found, Scout?
Some horrifying creature entangled in chains.
Where?
And she shrugs and just kind of like looks behind her, like back there, without
Is
giving
it pursuing
any.
you?
Was it pursuing me?
It didn't seem to notice you.
Okay, that's what I had thought or assumed. Uh, from what I can tell, no. But if we wait here, maybe we'll find out.
Indeed. I think we need to descend to the next level. Find a place where we can fortify and use it for a sort of base of operations for our further descents down into the gauntlight. He's saying all this as he's readjusting his mask and then pulls out his healer's tools. Champion, step forward.
Looks like you've all run into some trouble yourselves.
Oh, yes.
She's
Something
gonna
we
step
couldn't
forward.
manage, though. So I have assurance 21 medicine, and I'm taking DC 20. That's an automatic success, so you're going to get back. $2d8 plus 10. Well, you get 18 back. Do you want me to do one on Valifor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
He's only missing about 7 hit points.
Always good to start off fresh.
10 minutes each.
Another 2d8 plus 10 for Valifor. You're up to full. Cypher, do you require healing?
I think Cypher's okay. She has no injuries.
I'm gonna do another one on Lyra. And as he's wrapping these wounds, he's gonna look to the rest of the group. Need to find a safe place where we can hold up if we have to. Or if we get separated, we can withdraw too. Need to find a place where we can fortify. There's 20 more for you, dude. Does everybody like that plan?
So just fill me in a little bit here. This room we're in now, is this level 5 with
Yeah,
the arena?
This is the arena. Yep.
Level 5 will be known as the arena level.
Gotcha.
And
So-
Bjorn's basically suggesting heading down to 6th level and finding a room where we can fortify and use it for a base for our further descent.
Did we fully explore the 5th level?
No.
Or,
Yeah.
The arena?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. Well, unless you miss secret doors, according to your mapping that you've been keeping track of here. Yeah, if there just doesn't seem to be anything you've missed except the room. The door that's in the room that you're currently located, there is a locked door right next to Cipher. Also, there are some rooms to the southwest of your current location where you encountered a nasty trap, not once, but twice. You never fully explored that area. You don't know what's in there. Other than that, it seems pretty much, unless you missed a secret passage somewhere.
Would it be
So-
assumed that the other travelers, the other companions, would have told us the existence of that trap or their current
Yes.
mappings of the location?
Yeah, they would share their
we
maps
got
with
the
you.
map from Sheppy.
Yeah.
Right. Then Cypher is going to be really curious. Maybe like as we're gazing at the actual map, as we're discussing tactics and plans. Just a minute. I noticed nobody's gone past this part. Maybe it's because the companions haven't had somebody as skilled as I am. Would you mind if we take a second look?
Sure. It's got to be protecting something of importance.
Indeed.
My thoughts exactly. And whatever it is, I call dibs.
I think not. If I have to spill blood for it, we all get an equal share.
Well, you have to arm wrestle me if you want it.
Well, you're more than welcome to follow me in.
The longer we talk, the less time we're gonna be able to get in there and see what's going on. So, the damn thing open. Let's see what's inside.
Nice,
You
so
can tell.
we'll head our
You
way
can tell
back.
they were as irritated.
All right, let's go check it out.
Bjorn's gonna draw his Valkata and assume position, waiting for the door.
They would already have her weapon drawn and at the ready.
So where are we heading now? There's a door in the north, south, and in the west that's locked.
West, I believe.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think the one that's Cypher is standing in front of.
The locked door? You gonna investigate the locked door? Is that the plan?
The plan is to go to the trapped area.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
thought. That's in the south.
Mm-hmm.
Let's.
Sorry, I was chewing.
You are. Okay, the next room down below, you'll see the token. Blink. Let's put a little fire on that actually, so you can see from it. Come on, GM, get with it. Right, so let's move you down here. That's where the doors are. There's one up here to the north. This is a passageway you've been. According to the map that you have in front of you, beyond this chamber lies some type of black blob-like creature hidden behind a room and a door. Behind a door in a room. Something like that. This room, of course, is like you've seen it many times. There's murals on the wall. And there is a secret passage, according to the map, directly in front of you along the west wall. If you push it open, there it's revealed, a long corridor. You've been warned about this corridor. It isn't until you reach the final end of the corridor that something unusual happens, some type of trap. Now, before we go any further, let me bring you back out as you refer to your map. There's another door down here. And I'm trying to recall if you went in. I think you did. There was a bunch of rooms that all looked identical with beds and a little trunk that was empty. They were all the same room. The locks were pried from the outside of the door and put on the inside of the doors. On each of these rooms, the lock position was exchanged. And you searched all through there and found no exits, just those 3 rooms that were all identical. So that's what lies beyond this door here. Okay? And of course, this door down here leads to a set of steps, which takes you to certain death, perhaps. Now, with that knowledge, what door would you like to pursue?
The one to the west. Directly west.
Before you go in, take this rope, tie it around your waist. I'll wait out here, and if anything triggers, I'll pull you out. I'll wrap the rope.
I guess Siffer's going to lead the way.
I'm not going in. I'm going to stay here.
She urges everybody to stay back. I'll do as you say and tie this rope around my waist. We likely won't need it, but just in case, stand back. This rope is long enough that you won't need to come in.
Claire's gonna look at Bjorn and go, take up flanking position. I'll take bottom, you take top.
I'll go in the hallway a little bit, just in case something does pop out on the other side.
Who am I missing?
Me?
Where did you want to be?
She was gonna be below Bjorn.
Below? You mean in the room with him?
Yeah.
Okay, you can
Yeah,
move.
but I'm going to stand in the hallway so I can cast light down it.
All right.
I'm going to be where Sipper is, and she's going to go down, and I'll be able to pull her out if anything happens.
Okay. So you're
I'll
all...
put the light on my shield.
All right, so Siffer's going to be... Let me put her forward into the hallway. We've got Valafor directly at the end of the hallway holding onto a rope. And yeah, I think this is all good. And we got Bjorn kind of peeking around the corner over... Maybe behind. Would that be good?
I can do that.
So we could throw light down there?
Yeah, that's kind of why I was going into the hallway. That way I could cast some light down there for her.
All right, so you'll be standing in...
She easily can see this, like through darkness. She's got dark vision.
All right, so I imagine this, what you're doing, Bjorn, is you've got one hand on your shield, raising it high, and your other hand holding the rope next to Valafor, who's also holding the rope, right?
I can do that, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, because you're kind of crowding each other here. I don't know why you just stand on top of the rope or near it without holding it. But we got Siffer with the rope around her waist, I believe, and she's traveling down here. How long is your rope? 50 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 100 squares. Or 10 squares. 100's a long way. Okay.
It's 20. Oh wait, no, that's 50 feet.
50
I was
feet.
thinking 100 foot.
Come on, Rachel, get the math right. Come on. So here you are. You're at the doorway leading into this chamber. I'll read a little text here real quick. Bones, dismembered limbs, all over the place, on the floor, everywhere. Throughout this irregular shaped, branching hallway. It is here on your maps that you're kind of warned, watch for saw blades coming from the floor. Watch your step in this chamber, this hallway. That's what it describes.
First thing I would like to do
Yes.
is seek.
Okay.
I'd like to find the source of the trap. Are there slits in the stone where the blades appear?
Give me a
What
perception.
kind of trap might this be?
Perception.
Oh, did you want it public or?
Blind.
Alright, let me get that to you instead.
Okay. Okay. It doesn't look like it's possible. How could these blades come out through this floor? You can see that there is these grooves in the floor, but they're just the stone, the edges of the stone blocks that are in this floor. No evidence of any kind of trap or mechanism.
I cast Mage Hand.
You do.
And I'm going to attempt to see if this door can be opened.
It floats over the floor, through the air. This almost transparent hand that you barely see, and it reaches the doorknob and it begins to take hold of the knob and pull on it. Lifting it up slightly, it gives. The door begins to creak open. Let me see. You could kind of peek into the room without going into the room, so I'll move you forward. I don't know if that's going to make a difference for you. You don't have light. But I will let you peek in a little bit.
She's going to attempt the same thing with the southern door.
Let me verify. From your token, how far can you see when that door is opened? Yeah. I have a feeling. Let me double check something. I don't think that's a mistake.
I do have dark vision. I don't know if that changes anything.
Oh,
or
you
if
do?
That's just, I do.
Okay. That's important. But there's something else that you notice that's unusual. Get this out of the way. Where it looks like there's a wall, right here. You're actually able to see beyond. Through the wall. As if the wall itself is transparent. And of course, beyond that, with your keen dark vision, you can see where you've traveled a few times now. This grand hallway. But yeah, there's a transparent wall here. Very unusual. Strange. There's another door on the south of this chamber, or hallway, whatever you want to call it.
Alright, so nearly holding her breath and concentration, she's going to sustain Mage Hand and bring it to that southern door in an attempt to open it.
Okay. I brought you inside the room to simulate peeking in there. You can see, you can see, there's more of these transparent walls in the south. Right here. What looks like a wall, you can completely see through, and it's a corridor leading to the south. There's one to the north as well. Strange transparent walls. The mage hand floats across the room towards the southern door. And again, reaches towards the knob and lifts. Now, I won't move you any further in the room, so whatever you see from there is it.
What do I notice what that is? It's like a decoration. Is it a lever or a knob? A
On the
wheel?
on the wall, I see it.
Mm-hmm. Because there's one also over here. And I wasn't sure if that's like seeing this and being puzzled by this like one-way mirror or like one-way wall. I think maybe that has something to do with it. Seeing these common, whatever they are.
It looks like some type of metal cylinder-like porthole almost stuck into the wall, but there's no interior to it. You just see the wall. It's like a ring. Perhaps it was a mirror at one time that was broken. And also in the south, that similar thing. They're identical, but you don't see any broken glass. And lots of bones. It's very unsettling.
Well, after the stories she's heard from the others about this room, this looks natural.
Can you guys see from her token? You see all this, right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yep.
So at this point, she'll dispel Mage Hand and just relay the message to the others that I was successful in opening the doors. I have yet to enter the room and encounter this trap, but it is very suspicious. I'm able to see past some of these walls when normally, one should not. And she kind of chuckles at that. Like, duh.
Yeah. You could actually see into the rooms that are in the eastern portion of it. You could just see it if you lean over. Yeah, you could see through all this wall. It's crazy.
Definitely requires more investigation.
You could see what's in there. As you reach around carefully, I should make you make athletics check or something. Acrobatics check. She got a really long neck. Okay.
Should have had a mirror in my inventory, Check corners. Cypher stays here, and she's just gonna try a few more things before running into the room. She advises with the others.
You going back?
Yeah. I need to know more about this trap before I'm willing to enter it fully. I'm sure that once I can find out what kind of trap this is, I might be able to disarm it. But unfortunately, I couldn't see anything from that angle, other than what I had just told you. I have other spells that I can use to aid us. I was debating on using telekinetic projectile just to shift the bones, but from what I've been told, once the trap's been activated, even those in the hallway are at risk.
Indeed, I heard the same. So, how do we...
We're gonna come back later.
Say that again, Jeff?
Perhaps we could come back later when you're fresh. Maybe you'll see something again. Unless you want to run through it.
wait, hold on. When we had this trap, you didn't roll initiative, right? You just sprung it upon us. Because I have a movement of 40 feet. If it was initiative, yeah, sure, let me just run right through it. You can't catch me. But if it's just something that's sprung, which I think that's what happened last time.
Yes, as soon as you make a step in there, it attacks.
Yeah, it springs out, and then, hallways and dwarf knees everywhere on that one.
Yeah, or I could just jump on tiles that don't have bones. Surely those are the safe ones.
I actually tried that with Sheppy. If you remember, I tied a rope to him and threw him over there, and it still
Oh.
activated the trap.
Oh, I didn't see where you threw him. I think I was still in this room, and I didn't have like line of sight of you guys.
Yeah, like I threw him
Yeah.
to the back wall, and yeah, all hell broke
Yeah,
loose after that. Yeah, Cassandra had to pull Arturian and Sheppy out of there with a rope.
No, Cypher's going to look at the. You said it was a map. Like this artwork that leads right before this tunnel, Fritz.
The map we're assuming you guys have been keeping and sharing with each other?
Oh, no, there was something that was in this room. I thought it was like a map, or was it artwork?
A mural.
Yeah,
Can you describe it for us once more?
of course.
Cypher's just double checking. Maybe there's a hint to getting past this. Someone who would lay such a deadly trap, they would leave hints behind on how to get past it, should they forget.
As you're in mid-discussion and contemplating, Cypher takes pause and she begins to glance all around her in this chamber. Never seen this before. It's quite intriguing. A giant mural wraps around the entire chamber you stand in. It seems to depict mutated and flesh-warped warriors, grotesque and powerful, standing in a round room with a beam of eerie blue light. The blue light originates from a tall lighthouse, and the inhuman champions spring forth from the light to slaughter the humans, elves, dwarves, and other surface-dwelling creatures. It's a slaughter. It's almost as if the gauntlight is represented here. Its light, which is blue and menacing. Wherever it shines, there suddenly appears these perhaps greatest warriors of Belcora. Terrible-looking creatures, mutations of what might have been a humanoid, and they're just slaughtering all those civilized around them. That's what you see.
Is this mural etched into the stone wall, or is it on another item, like a...
It's all around the
slab?
wall, carved into the wall.
Do I notice anything of particular interest about it? Other than the secret door and the sword that you just said?
Recall knowledge? Let's try...
Oh, I have recall knowledge. I can do the Rose Guard lore.
Okay.
I don't know how much it would help me in this, but they were involved.
Okay, let me think here. Yeah, you can do that. Make that Rose Guard lore. And go ahead and make the roll to recall knowledge for lore. That's your intelligence. Before I look, let me think of a DC here. Okay. The scenes depicted, you don't see any evidence of the Rose Guard. Whatever this is portraying, it's something that is portrayed before the Rose Guard, like as if it's some type of imagery of a future event that might happen. You see no Rose Guard. You do notice one little detail, however. You see one great city in the distance, with a very tall spire at its center. Such a place can only be Absalom. This brings back memories to you about Absalom. Belcora once lived in Absalom. when she was young, her family, and she was ousted from there. She even vowed revenge on Absalom because of that. Perhaps it represents that, this mural. Revenge. Belcora's ultimate plan. To destroy Absalom. So Sifr is in deep thought as she just stares at these murals all along the walls. The rest of you are in conversation. What are you doing, Bjorn?
Bjorn's gonna look to Cypher. What does this tell you?
It tells me that Belcora might be one vengeful son of a witch.
Dun, 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 dun.
That makes sense. This is my concurrent theory. She's using these levels to build an army and hide an army. Clever.
Well, what better way to hide an army through, a deep underground labyrinth?
Exactly.
In
She
a
can build and train an
small
army.
neighboring town or on the outskirts. No one would suspect, huh?
Exactly. She can build, train, and equip an army of these flesh-warped creatures and God only knows what else. When relative ease, nobody would ever dare to think twice.
Hmm.
So the
Well-
question is now, how do we stop it?
I'm sure the answers will come in time, but for now, I think we're all on the same page that more information's needed. Thank you for humoring me. Let's head out if the rest of you are done here, and let's go secure our spot.
So
Indeed.
lower levels we go.
Indeed. And always, Cypher, you can always bounce ideas off of me. Do have quite an extensive history in the army. And Bjorn pulls out of the room.
Cypher follows.
Also, Balafor, I think you and me need to have a discussion about tactics. I think we all need to have a discussion about tactics.
Indeed, we do. Well, you know me. I have a knack for knocking them down.
Indeed. I have a knack for taking punishment.
I have a knack for staying away from all of what you're talking about.
Good. If you're
I am
willing, I'd like...
almost insulted by your need to talk of tactics. You and the others can talk about that. I will
wait a
do
moment.
what I please.
Well, wait a moment. There might be some interesting things for you. Lyra, she wields a blade with relative effect. So, what I had originally conceived Balafor was you and me are the heavy hitters. We can lock an area down if we need to. Cypher, if you're willing to assist in this manner, perhaps keeping your distance using your magics, that would be of great help. What do you have for weaponry?
I have a very sturdy long sword I know how to wield very well. I have
Do you?
also equipped myself with a whip in case those feel that they can get close. And should you ever want a duel, just know I'm extremely quick to the draw.
We'll have to put that to the test one day.
We shall. But my weapons are a last resort. I try to stick to my proficiencies with magic. In my younger years, in my youth, my child days when I was 80, I I often would perform. I even traveled with a group for a while. I was very tired of that, which is why I sometimes am shocked. I shock myself because I told myself I would never travel with another group again. But here I am.
We're happy to have you. I would much, if you're willing to keep your magics, then I will not change that from you.
Valifor, as this conversation goes on, something catches your ear from the room beyond, the large room to the east. You hear the sound of something falling over.
Everyone, listen. Some noise coming from the room beyond.
The rest of you hear nothing. What
Are
do
you ready, Valifor?
What do you do, Valifor?
I'm gonna peek in.
You peek in. As you peek in, I'll put you forward here to represent you peeking. But for intents and purposes, you're actually where Bjorn is.
Okay.
You see something you've never seen before. Not one, not two, but something creeping up behind you as this conversation has been going on. All in the room, you see not 1, 2, 3, 4, but 5 nasty-looking creatures. Something you might have seen before as players.
Oh, yeah.
Slimy sounds then erupt from the chamber and begin to echo off the walls. You're surrounded. The room is filled with these atrocities, Valifor. What do you do?
Charge in and kill it.
All right, let's roll initiative. It has been decided. We're going to put some initiatives here. This is a lot. So everybody put yourself in initiative. We're using perception or diplomacy since you were talking so much. Yeah, so while you were conversing and distracted, these creatures were coming up on you. Valifor's keen ears, with a natural 20, total of 31 perception, he revealed the whole polyglot of creatures creeping up behind you. Excellent work, Valifor. That's amazing.
There goes my 20.
Yep, that's it. That's the night right there. Oops, I think I rolled for Dizzy. Sorry, Dizzy.
Yep.
We'll keep these public. That's all right. You guys have faced him before. All right. Off we go. Cipher, your quick reflexes, your elven, keen perception allows you to go first. What do you do?
Is the door closed or open? Or it's just
It's open. You're looking right through it.
it's open. Okay. What horrid creatures. I blame you, Valifor. You're the one who opened the door. Obviously not willing to take the blame for having talking so much. I hope you're all prepared for a fight. Perhaps we do not need to defeat them, but I'll use this as an action to talk to everybody.
Okay.
Because I'm going to explain stuff. Perhaps we shouldn't waste our time fighting them. They seem to be endless down here. Let's just pursue the next level regardless. And just so I remember, south was the direction we were intending to go, right?
Yep.
Okay. It's gonna sound dumb.
Take your time. First time with the bard. Lots of stuff going on with the bard.
Yeah,
Lots
especially
of
because she's a bard rogue, so it's like I have too many options.
ton of spells.
Oh boy, yeah, tons of spells. So her first action is to tell everybody, or to just put it out there and ask the question. Let's just rush through,
Okay, make your move.
and then I'll go out there. Run. She picks up her feet and swiftly just zoom.
She's like, bye.
Hey. And of course she'll also say, "I'll meet you at the southern corridor," and that ends my turn.
All right. Let's see where you went. You're all the way down. Give me a. I need a will save. As soon as you enter the chamber, give me a will save. This can be public.
Oh, I already
Doesn't matter.
clicked it.
It's okay. No problems. No problems. Okay, you continue your little run. You see the creatures vaguely from the side of your eyes. Never seen these.
Blur. I'm so fast.
Yes, you are. And you are done. A blob begins to move from the south of the room. A gibbering, mouth-like creature. Let's see. He moves right there. You could see him, Valafor, I think. Wait a minute. There's another light source, I believe. That's Lyra, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me give another light in here. Okay, so this mouther-like creature appears there. And it spews something from its mouth. Disgusting liquid comes at you, Valafor, as the elf pushes her way through. You turn back to face what's in the chamber, and there you see this creature, this gibbering mouther that seems to be constantly gibbering away. It spits at you. What is your armor class?
24.
24. You are hit normally. You're going to take some damage, and I need you to make a fortitude save as well.
All right, I'll roll it.
15
I
points.
need my-
15 points of acid damage as this stuff covers your armor and your clothing. Give me a fortitude save, Jesse.
What's the modifier?
Plus 14 on that one.
All right, I got a 28.
28. You're okay. No problemos. Okay. And let's see. That's okay. He's going to do it again. That's going to be a second attack. He spews once again. There's many mouths on this thing, and they just spew this acid-like substance at you. Spittle, as it were. But you managed to dodge out of the way just in time. Bjorn, you see this acid at the feet of Valafor. He's covered in it partially. What do you do?
I'm gonna break down and get in there and engage.
Okay. Let me double check. Make sure he... Oh, yes, he does have something here. Of course, you stop just in time. Oh. Works a little bit different. Okay. So there's your move. Gonna cleave through this giant blob of mouths and flesh.
24.
24. That is going to be a hit. Normal.
Gonna take 16 points of slashing damage.
16 points it is. Let me see. Hold on a second. Okay. As your blade cuts into the creature, and a nasty ooze begins to come out of the creature. You see the wound open into what it looks like another mouth. It takes shape. You can see the lips form around the slash wound. You put it upon it. It immediately makes a strike at you. With its jaws. And your armor class is 24. Almost a crit. You weren't prepared for that. You're going to take some normal damage. 14 points of piercing damage and bleed? Where's the bleed? Wait a minute. Let me see how this is working here in the thing. I guess I have to roll this? I don't understand. 14 points of piercing damage. 5, 6, 8. No, it was 9 you rolled. That'd be 5 extra. How did he get the extra 5 with the D4? Oh, it's a plus 5. 14. Yeah, 14 points of piercing damage. Plus you're going to take some bleed damage, which I guess I have to roll separate.
Is it listed as persistent,
No, let me look here.
or is it just an additional?
1d4 bleed. Doesn't seem to have added it to what I just rolled. Just says
If it's persistent, it'll be added at the end of his next turn. Do they give you? Does Foundry give you like a draggable effect for that extra damage? If not, that'd be great if they did.
Nah, it doesn't have it. So, and I'm not targeting
Oh.
Bjorn, so it doesn't know where to apply it. So what I can do, I think, is let me put it on him. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, because I've never heard of anything just bleed. It's always persistent bleed.
All right, so what I did there, Kyle, it gave you 14 points and it put the bleed, 1d4 bleed on it, which you'll suffer at the end of the turn. So if you took away 14, add 14 on top. Otherwise, you're losing 28 points. Should be just 14. All right?
I got it.
Okay, so, yeah. That happened. Got another action. Bjorn.
Yeah, I'm actually going to. I'm gonna sidestep this guy.
Okay, as you do and you try and pull away, you realize that you can't move. The mouth continues to hold on to you. You are grabbed. So the wound that you created turned into a mouth, and it essentially just bit at you and clamped right on you. You can't pull away from it. It's not letting go. You're grabbed. But you can do something else. Try and escape, perhaps.
Yeah, I'll break free.
Go for it.
That's unarmed, right?
Yeah. Oof, you managed to rip from its grab and tear the flesh off your your arm or leg or whatever it was grabbing, but you did pull free. That took up your third action. You're no longer grabbed. Okay, next. We're going to go to Valafor. Come on, Slowpoke. There's the bleed damage you got. I think you get your check for that. So yeah, go ahead and try and stop the bleeding right now. DC 15 to stop it, I believe.
That's just a flat D20, right?
Mm-hmm. That could be public.
9.
Nope. So you'll
That
take.
never stops nothing.
There is a way others can help you. It's in the skills. One of the things you could do. One of the things you
Is
could
it
do.
under medicine?
Yes. There is something that helps his roll. It's administer first aid. And one of the things you can use it for, besides stabilize, is also to stop bleeding. It's page 248. If you're interested, you can read that under administer first aid.
2 action.
Okay, so what do you do, Valafor?
Gonna move in, and I'm going to attack it.
Okay, Kyle, go ahead and move him.
Right there's fine.
I need both Valafor and Kyle to make a, I believe, fortitude save. Let me double check that. I think it's fortitude. The elf made one. No, it's a will save.
Will save, yeah.
As you enter the chamber, you can hear it clearly. There is this low moaning sound that seems to be emanating from some of these creatures, and it's horrific sounding. That's what you encountered, Cypher. Okay, Valafor.
You
What's
want me to
the
hear about
modifier?
that?
No, I rolled it. You don't have to roll for me.
Oh, okay. Plus 11 on will.
So that's 21. A little bit.
21. 21, okay, no problem. It doesn't phase you at all. How about you, Bjorn? Should have done this as soon as you entered the room, but... my bad.
I will hero point that.
Okay.
No, and it was worse.
Okay.
Oh, just by 1 though.
Okay, let me give you the result of that roll. It's sad, but it is sickening. Very sickening, Bjorn. The sound, the moan. You are a sickened one. Okay. All right, Valafor, you moved into the room, made your save. Got 2 more actions, I think. Attack?
I'm gonna attack.
Okay, what's the modifier for that?
First
17.
attack plus 17.
So I got 16 plus 17. Anyone got a calculator?
10 plus 6. So 17 plus 10 plus 6.
Plus 7.
33?
33. Yep.
17 plus 10 plus 6.
That is a critical hit.
Go ahead and roll that damage for me.
Yeah, you'll have to do that. Math is hard.
20 points.
20 points of what? Slashing?
Slashing.
Oh,
Slashing.
slashing. Okay. 20 points.
And then I'm going to make an acrobatics test to knock him down.
This is another action.
It's part of the attack.
What is the attack called?
Knockdown. Beat.
Oh, you have the knockdown feat. All right, let me read
Yep.
this. You make an attack to knock a foe off balance, then follow up immediately with a sweep to topple them. Make a melee strike. If it hits and deals damage, like you just did, you can attempt an athletics check to trip the creature you hit. If you're wielding a two-handed melee weapon, you can ignore the trip's requirement to have one hand free. Both attacks count towards your multiple attack penalty, but the penalty doesn't increase until after you've made both of them. So it's like power attack in that respect. So you would declare, okay, I'm going to use this as I'm going to use knockdown with this strike. So that's what you're doing. You made your initial attack, did your damage. Now make your second attack to trip him.
I just need my
Athletics is
modifier.
plus 14.
All right, so 7 plus 14. It's 21.
21. Let's check out the creature's reflex DC. You try with as much as you can with your blade. You cut through the creature, leaving a dastardly cut and wound. But there's not sufficient leverage to kind of topple the creature over, if that can be done with this blob-like creature. So you failed. It does not topple. You could try again. Maybe it was just luck. Bad luck.
All right, I'm gonna make one more strike.
I think you're done, bub.
I moved. I attack. Is that 2 actions? That
Yeah.
knockdown?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
making
all right, I'm done.
2 attacks.
Yep, I'm done.
The trip doesn't have the penalty for your second attack. It occurs afterwards. So if this was the first thing you did and you didn't move, you'd still have 1 action left to attack. And if you did, that would be penalized with a -10 in this case. Because you used that combination. So you don't always have to use knockdown with your attack, so you would kind of have to mention you're using this. It also has the flourish trait, so you couldn't combine it with, say, power attack. Yeah. Okay. So it's just something else you can do. Gonna go to the honorary. Grothlet. Where is he? Where is he? There's so many of these little fiends. There he is. He's down there close to the elf. The elf goes whipping by. It sees, it pauses, and tries to follow and pursue this elven bard. Let me check its movement. Oh, yes. It's got a nice solid 20. Well, let me move it properly. There's 5 feet. Plus 15 is 20. Boom, it gets right behind you as you try and make good your escape. Cypher. It attacks. It's going to reach out to you with a horrible-looking claw strike. It gets a critical success. It rolled a natural 20. 28 points of slashing damage cut rake into your back, cutting your clothing as well as your flesh. It's going to attempt it a second time. It just hits. A series of claws rake across you. You're going to take another 16 points of slashing damage as the elf screams in agony. I imagine she is a bard. Probably sound pretty cool.
Yes.
Melodic.
I don't know. Still ear-piercing
Yeah.
shrieks.
All right, next is Lyra. The Asimar.
Alright.
Asimar.
Alright, so she is going to move up.
Okay, 20 feet right there. Boom. Go ahead and make a fortitude, did I say? Fortitude save, I believe.
I
Well,
think.
Will save?
Will? Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Makes
And
sense.
I'll make that blind.
You can make it public. Let's see what you get. You need a 22. 22. Come on, Dizzy. 24. Desna is with you. The moans do not bother you. Okay, so there's your first action. You move 20 feet. You can move farther if you're faster.
I was going to use Liberating Step as a reaction whenever Valthor did what he did, but by the time I was trying to say anything, it was already Bjorn's turn. So.
I think you have to see them, don't you? Maybe? I don't know. That was your reaction. You could use that anytime. But I think you have to... no, they have to be within 15 feet. I guess that's the only requirement.
Yeah, both the enemy and the ally. Yeah, you don't even have to see them, because I guess rules is written. It's just like, that's the distance they have to be.
You sense their presence, thanks to Desna.
She's going to take up flanking beside... Well, she's going to cover Bjorn's flank behind him, and she's going to take a swing at the creature in front of her.
Oh, over there. I didn't see that creature. Boy, they're sneaking in on both sides. Okay.
First roll. 30.
That's definitely going to be a hit. I don't think it's critical. Let me check and see. That is a critical hit, so double that. 22 points of damage.
Going to then take a second swing at it.
Hold on, Dizzy. Hold on.
Okay, my bad.
Okay. I just wanted to check its immunities and weaknesses and stuff. So it's 22 points of damage?
Yep.
Okay. As you cut into this creature with a forceful, positive-filled slashing attack, you just cut right into it. Got one more action.
Last action is going to take a second swing at it.
Okay, second attack.
$17.
That nasty blade. Unfortunately, this one misses.
And she's going to take a defense, and that's it.
We're going to move on. This creature begins to move forward. And it gets to this... Nah, it just rushes forward, not thinking. Blindly raking at you with its claws. ASMR. Critical hit with a 31. In case anybody... I can't reveal it, but anyway. Let's roll the damage. 32 points of slashing damage cuts into you, piercing your armor. It's going to do a second attack with its claws. And that one misses. So you managed to get out of the way of a series of claws that reached towards you. But you did take some damage. Next is the one you just hit and almost killed. It's quite happy to claw into you as well. 14 is not going to cut it. It's going to do a second attack. A fury of claws reaching and tearing at you. Second one fails. It's going to try a third time. You managed to dodge all the blows. That's a total of 4 blows from 2 opponents. Desna is with you, Lyra. There is one more creature lurking. Actually standing in the middle of the room. Give me a number between 1 and 6, Jesse. Okay. Let's see what I roll, although you guys have no clue what I'm doing here. It likes Fella 4. Wants to rake into him as well, ignoring the elf that just ran by. It moves right here, stopping short of moving any further because you'd attack him. He's going to attempt to rake you, man. Get ready. That's enough to hit you. Normal.
That's a hit.
Let's roll some damage. 11 points of slashing damage cut into you, Valafor.
I don't know if this was intentional, but those 2 rolls were public.
I know, I saw it.
Okay.
Dizzy, you do have reaction.
Yep, using liberating step.
Do you want to use that now?
Using it now.
All right, that will give Valafor back 8 points. He has resistance 8 for this particular attack. And that's it, right? Just that one attack? It doesn't last beyond that?
Correct.
Okay, so it's second attack. And final. I don't think I rolled that. Let's do it. Oh, it's pathetic. Valafor, this creature will die soon under your blade. Are you using your axe?
Yeah.
Okay, remember that. Retributive axe. You were damaged by this creature, and I believe also by the blob. So you get a bonus to damage when you attack them. Okay, we're going to get back to Siffer, who just took a nasty blow on her back.
She casts invisibility and runs.
All right. This creature cannot see you. Nice move.
Yeah, that's my turn.
See, this is why you need a safe room. You just run to the safe room. Okay, superficial gibbering mouther is next. Valafor. The mouth reaches up to clap around your arm. 31.
That's a hit.
That is a hit.
Regular.
It's not critical, but it's going to do some damage. You are grabbed as well as this mouth clamps down on you. You take 20 points of piercing damage and another...
Wait. Nothing. Nothing.
You had something, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna DM.
Okay, you've already got bleed damage, so you're going to take another d4 bleed damage on top of that.
Since it's a new round, I'm using liberating step again for him.
That's true. You could do that. So minus 8 points from the 20. Okay. And you are grabbed. And you're going to take some additional bleed damage here at the end of the round. Damn it. I have to...
But he's not grabbed.
Correct.
He's not grabbed.
He's not grabbed?
Her liberating step, he would not be able to get
Oh, nice. Nice. Okay.
grabbed.
Okay.
So she freed him.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, go champion.
Nice one. Well, he's just going to attack again. 24. Take that, Valafor.
Yep, just barely hit.
Just barely hit. Normal damage. You'll be grabbed this time. 14 points. Slashing. And you're grabbed this time.
Gotcha.
And that was 2 attacks. Third attack, he's going to attempt to bite Bjorn. I love these mouthers. So nasty. Bjorn, you're next. 8. That's not going to do it. Ugh. All right. Next is Bjorn.
I'm gonna step around to the side of it.
Okay, let me double check. Okay, go ahead.
31.
31 is going to be critical.
Gonna take 22 points of slashing damage, and it's also off guard again.
All right, hold on. Minus 22.
I don't think they double stack.
Minus 22. Now it's off guard, so let's make it flat-footed. Also, it makes a reactive gnaw. As the very wound you slice into it again forms into a mouth. $27.
Yeah, that'll hit normal.
That's going to be damage. Don't take it on yourself because I want to apply the damage here because it has bleed. All right, so I'll do this. I'll apply it to your guy. Damage. I'm curious what it'll do with the bleed. If it's going to do 2d4. I don't think it will. All right, because I don't know if those stack. And that was his retributive strike. Okay, it's still your turn. You are grabbed.
Yep.
There you go. There's a lot going on here. It clamps tight down upon you as you try to get behind the creature.
Yeah, I'll give it one more. Why not?
Okay. 15. That's going to be a hit.
26.
Normal.
Gonna take 11 points of piercing damage.
Piercing. Now you have to declare that before you make your attack, but I'll let you have it this time. I told you that 100 times. You keep doing that. Minus 11. Let me see. Does this have vulnerability to that? Let me look real quick. No. Okay, Bjorn's done. We're going to go to Valafor. Failure.
Sheppy had to step out for a sec, so guess I'm gonna do power attack.
Yeah, he could do that. He won't suffer any penalties. Just it would count as a second attack, so. I guess he has a -5 on this. I'm not sure. He has all kinds of stuff going on. Just make a second attack. I'm sure you'll hit. No.
Yeah, no.
Actually, it does hit. You do actually hit. I'll give it to you. Normal damage. Well, it's a power attack.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be a whopping 9 points of slashing there, Fred.
Yeah, that didn't go out too well. -9. Got folks bleeding.
Uh,
Okay, it's this Grothlet next.
yeah, we'll just go with that.
Where is he? Oh, he's down there. He's pursuing the elf. Alright, so he's gonna confusingly stumble forward 5 feet. Stop. Turn around. It's 10. Well, see, that would be 15 plus 5. Right there. That's one stride right there. He's gonna head back into the room. Angrily. Crashing over the table. So he's got one action left. He's right next to you, Bjorn, and he rakes into you with his claws.
No.
21 armor class. He got a 21.
You really sure about that, Fred?
Positive.
I don't think so.
Reactive shield. What does that give you?
Basically get
2?
to use my reaction to raise the shield.
All right, excellent use of that. Boom. You nullified the attack. Excellent, and it's done. Lyra, you're up next. You're surrounded by 2 of these creatures. Well, they're right in front of you anyway. You're standing your ground. Now, since you're using a two-handed weapon and you have a torch out, I'm going to take your torch away.
All right.
And I'll assume that you dropped the torch right next to you and that it went out. So you lost the torch. All right, but you have your weapon in 2 hands and you're going at it. And the light source is back here. All right, just checking to see if anyone's in dim light that doesn't have low light vision or dark vision. So you're all good. Go ahead. You're good, Dizzy. Go.
All right. She's gonna take a swing at the one creature that she's already wounded.
Okay. That's this one right here, I believe.
$31.
That is critical damage. Critical damage.
Let's go.
Plus, it's forceful.
26.
26. Ooh, you cut into this creature. Is this... Well, never mind. Minus 26 slashing damage. And positive damage, too, I believe, isn't it? Yes. All right, so it's not dead, but it is lingering on death's doorstep. You have it. You have it, Lyra. You can finish
Second
it now.
attack.
Go for it. Now, keep in mind, you have a weapon that's forceful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, keep that in mind. That allows you to get a second attack gains a circumstance bonus to damage equal to the number of weapon damage dice. And each subsequent attack gains a circumstance bonus to damage equal to double the number of weapon damage dice. So
Second attack.
go ahead.
23.
23 is going to be a hit, and this one is going to get some bonus dice, or bonus. I'm not sure if it's bonus dice or a bonus value. Like, how many dice do you normally roll? Go ahead and roll it.
7.
So you roll 1d8 points of damage normally, so would it be 1d8 plus 2, or would it be 3d8 damage? I think it's an additional plus 2, equal to the number of damage dice, which is 2 damage dice. But is it saying you're rolling 2 additional damage dice? Or just plus 2? I'm not sure. So we'll add just, what?
No, go ahead.
So we're going to add 2 on top of your 7. So 7, 9 points of damage. That is enough to fell this beast. But hold on. Something happens. I'm sure you guys know what it is. It's called Disgusting Demise. It just explodes in an acid-like explosion. I need everybody within 30 feet of that creature. That is pretty much everybody in the room except the elf. The creatures are immune. Everyone's going to have to make a fortitude save or take some acid damage.
30.
You're good. Bjorn?
28 for me.
Bjorn is good. It's only a 19. Okay, Valor
29 for Valor.
No problem getting out of the way of the acid explosion.
She's gonna turn her focus on the second creature, and with her last action, she's gonna do her third attack.
All right, this also gets a bonus to damage as well. This will be doubled, I think, isn't it? So it'll be +4. I think.
12. I'm going to hero point that.
You are. This is a nasty elven weapon. Nope. Unfortunately, you missed completely. Nice try. Good work, Lyra. That was awesome.
End of turn.
We're going to go to the compassionate Grothlet. Where is he? Oh, there he is. I don't know if he's
Not so compassionate, if you ask me.
Yeah, drop that
Flying
idea.
into is pretty good.
And he is going to reap vengeance on you, ASMR. 14 is not going to do it. His second strike, raking claws, as it continuously moans as it reaches towards you, ripping into your flesh. You managed to deflect every one of them, ASMR. You are truly blessed tonight.
Actually, wait a second. That creature did, the one in front of her, didn't that attack her previously?
In the previous turn.
I think I have something that actually causes it damage. Let me look.
Okay.
I think it's a feat that she has.
Okay, let's see what that is. A little protection. Blessed blood, ASMR. Oh, I like this. Your freshly spilled blood is sanctified, and ingesting it causes effects similar to those of holy water. Wow. Whenever a fiend, undead, or creature with a weakness to good damage drinks your blood or deals piercing or slashing damage to you with jaws, which it did not, fangs, or similar attack, that creature takes 1d6 good damage. So there's... That wouldn't apply. It's raking you with claws. And it's not obviously not going to try and drink your blood here. So that's irrelevant in this case. A good example where this would kick into gear would be against that gibbering mouther, because they're actually biting onto you.
Okay.
And if it's undead, a fiend, or a creature with a weakness to good damage, it would affect them. They're like consuming holy water. Yikes. So if that comes up, we'll check it out. But against this creature, it's not the case. Good catch, Dizzy. Good catch. All right, this creature down here is going to lay into Valafor with a series of claws as it continuously moans. With fury and rage, it reaches towards you. Valafora 19 will not do it. It's going to strike again. These claws crashing down upon you. No, one last time. Not a chance. Not a chance. We're going to go to round 3. Cipher is up. She continuously runs for the safe room, which does not exist yet, but she'll make it happen. You wait and see.
I'm gonna delay.
Okay, you're going to get out of the initiative order. So I'll make you invisible. You tell me when you want to pop in, all right? You are actually invisible.
I sure am.
How long does that last? She's looking.
Yeah, I am looking. It ends when I use a hostile action. Otherwise, the duration's 10 minutes.
Okay, plenty of time. All right, next is the gibbering mouther. That's funny. Gibbering mouther, where are you? It's going to turn to well, it's going to continue its attack, its onslaught on Valafor. It's going to attempt to clamp down on him. 26.
And will.
It's damage. Let me apply this. Since it's got bleed damage. Okay, let's put that on Valafor. Boom. Okay. And it's going to attack again. This time, let me see. What else can you do? Nothing. We're going to bite. 20. Misses. And its third attack is on you, Bjorn.
Miss.
Miss. Okay, that's it. Your turn, Bjorn.
Missed me by 1. Gonna return the favor. 23.
23. That is a hit, not critical. Roll your damage.
Gonna be 9 points of piercing. Crap, forgot to declare that again.
I know. I'll let you off the hook. -9.
We'll give that another try, just because we have it off guard and surrounded. 22.
22 is going to hit. Normal damage.
And this will be slashing as well.
Piercing, you mean?
Yeah.
Piercing.
Yeah, piercing. So 20 points piercing on the second one. I'm really debating going for that third, but there's a slim chance on that.
Quickly.
Yeah, I'll just raise shield.
Okay. Gonna move on to Valafor.
All right, I'm gonna power attack it.
Power attack. Okay, you got no penalty on that. It's your first attack. Go for it.
Plus 17.
Plus 17. Gonna get a bonus to your damage if you hit. Here it comes. Gotta hit a 19.
That is a 25.
25. That's normal. Success. So,
Power
at,
attack.
yeah, whatever the bonus is for the power attack and damage, go ahead and add that or roll it.
It'll take 17 plus 2 for retributive act.
That's right. 19 points of damage. Describe how you destroy this creature. I don't think it explodes.
I just come at it with the giant axe that's got the face of the blob on it, and it's gibbering as it just slices a horizontal slice right through it. Just deflated.
Like a balloon without air. It goes around in a circle a couple times and lands on the floor before you. All right. So nobody's grabbed anymore. It releases the hold. This Valafor has vanquished this gibbering mouther creature.
And I will continue my attack onto the one that's to the right of me. My
That's
second
modest
attack.
plus 12.
This one I'm going to try to knock it down.
This one right here, right? Go for it.
Yep.
Well, that would be a flourish. You can't do a power attack.
Never mind. Never mind.
knockdown.
I forgot that.
So just a normal attack.
Just a regular attack.
Just lay into it. This one suffers no penalty?
Nope.
Because of that feat you have? Wow.
Yep.
6th level, baby. What'd you get, Jess? What's
Sorry.
the modifier? The total modifier for his
Plus 12. So 14, 24, 26.
26. That is gonna... I think it's a 19. Wait a minute. Yes. So it's almost a crit.
So normal damage again.
Yep. So it'll be slashing.
Now, doesn't that also get a +2 because it damaged him?
If it did damage him, I'm leaving it to
Yep.
you to keep track of that.
It did.
It hit him, yeah.
So minus 10. Slashing cuts into the creature. Very good. Okay.
For my last action, I'm gonna move.
Wasn't that your third?
No. Or yeah. No, power attack only counts as one. No, because of my feet. So
Yep.
I have one more action.
So you only made 2 attacks. Okay.
I'm gonna move to right below the creature that's attacking Bjorn.
Gotcha. Right there.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay. You're done. That's flat-footed. Let me put that in there. Bunk. We're going to go to the ornery. Don't forget you're bleeding. Need a healer.
Close.
What was that?
That was for his recovery.
Oh, yeah. That's right. You got to make that roll. So does Bjorn. Did you make yours?
I can make mine real quick.
Yeah, do that. We forgot.
Nope.
Okay. Now it's that one right there. His next attack. He is flat-footed. He doesn't care. He's going to lay into Bjorn with raking claws. 22. It's a
No.
miss. Hold on a second. I got to move this journal entry away from the map here. It's right next to you, Bjorn. It's in the way. Let's get that out of there. Okay. Second attack. Oh, critical fail. This does nothing. We're going to go to his third attack. Just viciously attacking and laying into with a 22. That is not enough. Next, we're going to go to the champion, who's in a battle herself and doing quite well.
She is gonna keep her defensive stance. She's still acting as a buffer between the creature that is in front of her and the 2 that are fighting the creatures below her, and she's gonna lay into this thing.
Go for it, Dizzy.
30.
30 is going to... Well, that's definitely going to be a crit.
22.
22 damage.
Correct.
Okay. You injured him pretty bad. Took off a few tentacles. Made him squeal.
Second attack, she's gonna lay into him.
Okay, you get a bonus to your damage because of forceful. 14 won't hit, however. So you lose that forceful bonus there. Next. One more action.
Still holding the defense line. She's gonna try and lay into it one more time.
Okay, these mindless creatures, certainly they wouldn't be intimidated or anything. Lay into them. Nope.
13.
Nope, that is a miss. We're going to move
Taking
on.
defense, and that's it.
Okay. There's this creature. He's going to return the favor. He's going to lay into it with a series of claws. Yes, he gets a 28. That's going to be normal. Gonna roll some damage here. You're going to take 10 points of damage. Go ahead and knock that off yourself. And let me double check some things here. Yeah. Okay. Second attack. 15. That's going to miss. Final attack. 19. Nope, it's going to miss. So you're doing good there. Next, we've got Diligent. Where is he? I think he's way down here somewhere. There he is. Oh, he's the one going toe-to-toe with Valifor. He follows your movements, Valifor. He turns to face you, and it launches into you as well. 26. That's a hit.
And that'll hit him.
Okay, don't apply the damage. Let me do that. Okay, there he goes. Second attack. Do I want to change it up here or not? I don't think so. They're pretty much mindless savages at this stage, so they're just going to continue to lay into Valifor and Bjorn. 12 is going to be a miss. It's going to attempt another attack on Valifor. 13 is going to be a miss. And that's going to end it and go to round 4, starting with Cipher.
I actually wanted to put myself back into initiative after this last guy.
Okay. That's okay.
So back in round 3 at the end.
Put you right there. I'll make you visible.
Yeah.
Bink.
I'm going to open the door, take a step, and begin, I suppose, singing or something. It's just a verbal casting of inspired courage, which should reach everybody.
Are you going to move?
I moved 5 foot.
Are you
So
actually...
open the door, and then I'm here now.
You're actually invisible.
I am, yeah.
Is your token different? What is that?
I put the invisible status effect.
Yeah, I see it now. I thought the token was a different character, but no, that's you.
Oh no, that's me. Yeah, so she opens the door. She kind of goes back at the base of the stairs and starts singing and just like almost calling out to the people upstairs as like her voice echoes through the hall.
Okay, I like it.
Almost hauntingly, because if you look down the stairs, you're like, where's it coming from? I don't see anyone.
Okay, round 4. Here we go, Bjorn. You're up. So here.
Go
ahead.
I'm gonna look over to Valifor. Apparently we have ghosts now.
I hear something singing.
It's going to be a normal hit.
Got 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay. It's badly injured at this point.
Give it another one just for good measure. 21.
It's going to be a hit.
$19 slashing.
Okay. It's looking bad. It's looking bad. You're nailing this thing.
Let's see here. See what I got here.
Take your time. New character. Always interesting stuff, right?
Going to cast Guidance on Lyra. That'll give you a +1 status bonus on your attack roll, perception check, or saving throw in the next round, but you have to use it in the next round. So you can drag that over to you.
Yeah, spell effect guidance. Drag that to your token. And what does that look like? What does your guidance spell look like to those around you in the midst of this melee that's happening?
As he lands the second strike on the creature, his sword begins to glow with a bright, vibrant yellow. As you can almost hear the magical energies begin to whistle around. He points his blade back toward Lyra. The yellow aura shoots from the tip of his blade to surrounding the Azamar.
Nice.
And that's it.
Bellafor, you're up. You're up, Bellafor. You're muted. Give us a sign.
Sorry. I'm gonna attack that one that's between me and Bjorn.
Okay, the flat-footed one. Well, it's almost dead.
Get a plus 17 on that one.
26.
26 is not critical. But it's a hit.
I want to remind people that I did cast Inspire Courage, so let me just put that in chat and then take the spell effects, because you get a +1 in attack rolls, damage rolls, and saves against fear effects.
That was your singing.
That was my singing.
Ah,
So
So you guys are like, wow, where's this random ghost? But you know what? It's giving me the courage to continue the fight.
is Lyra within range of that?
She is.
Okay.
Actually, let me double check.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not.
Bellafor is the only one.
Actually, nope. Everyone is just out of range. I thought I was a little closer. It's 60 feet. So it is just one space.
All right.
That's all right.
That's okay. The singing carried through the halls regardless. Good try. Good try.
go ahead and roll the damage for that hit.
I did.
8
Oh, okay.
points. Is there any bonuses on that? Just 8?
The second attack will be a power attack.
Do you have a -5 on that?
Yep.
Normally you'd take a -10, but it's going to be a -5.
So, what is it? Plus 12?
Yeah, plus 12.
27.
27 is going to be a normal hit. Where's all your crits tonight, Jesse?
I don't know.
Remember, he already used it.
Yeah, that's
You
where
already
it
used
went.
them up there.
All right, you lay into this creature that's flanked by Bjorn as well as yourself. Describe how you fell the beast.
With one slice of the axe, it just cleaves it right in half.
And just splits apart, slapping the stone floor with a sickening sound. Disgusting.
And just for giggles, I'll make a third attack on the one that's there.
You're at a plus 7 on that.
Oh, I rolled good. 25.
Normal hit. You need a 29 to get a critical.
13 slashing on that one.
13 slashing. That's enough to cut a few tentacles off, flying through the air.
Okay, I'm done.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting, I say. These giant slug-like creatures. Desna's power is evident and strong here, as is Ayamode. What do you do, champion of Desna? Do you stand your ground with your elven blade?
She's going to stand her ground, and she's also going to use the guidance.
Guidance. Gonna give yourself a +1 to hit?
28
28
plus 1, that's 29.
29. That's enough to get a, you guessed it, critical hit. That made the difference. That guidance. Congratulations.
$26.
Every +1 is meaningful in this game, I'm telling you. 26. Oh, you almost cleave this thing in half just like Valifor. Almost. But you get another attack, and it's forceful.
Yep, gonna lay into it again.
Do the land, Dizzy. Do the land. You got this. 25.
25.
Yes, you got a normal.
I will take it.
Go for it. Normal damage. It's got 2 hit points. Does she do it? Does she
18.
do it? 18. Describe how you destroy this abomination to Desna.
As she's still holding her ground, she basically spins her blade, and as she does, she slices as hard as she can through the creature.
Okay, everybody within 30 feet, make a fortitude save as this thing explodes. I think I forgot the one down here earlier, so that'll be a second save. DC 19 saves
30.
twice. Okay, you're good. Make another one. For the one Valifor killed. Okay, you're good.
33.
You're good. It's a DC 19. Everybody make 2 rolls. If you roll less than 19, you're going to take some acid splash. Oh.
I rolled in that one, but I will hear a point that.
Okay. Good job.
Rolled another that one.
Wow.
I'd never seen that, so that's going to be a critical fail on the save. You'll probably take, let's see, double damage and sickened 2 on a critical failure. So you're going to take 2d6 acid damage. So go ahead and take 9 points of acid damage, and you're going to be sickened.
2.
Sickened 2. Sickened 2. Okay. All right, that's from the exploding creatures that occurred. All right, Diligent. Don't forget your reaction, Lyra, because that explosion that you know what? Never mind. Bjorn, if you want to take off 8 points from that, because she can use her liberating step at some point here. One of those creatures exploded and damaged you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you take off the 8 points, Bjorn.
Okay, appreciate it.
For her liberating step, which she obviously forgot to call out, which is her mistake, but I'm giving it to you anyway, because you did so well, Dizzy. Okay. Now we're going to go to the last creature, which seems unfazed by all this exploding going on in the room. And it's going to continue to attack into Valifor. Claws, ripping and tearing. It's going to be a 20. That's a miss.
Miss.
It's unrelenting.
Nope.
But it's to no avail. Cipher, you're next.
He approaches the bottom of the steps, sits down, and continues to sing. This time it will reach Bjorn. And that's the furthest it can go. But yeah, she walks over, sits, and sings away.
Put that in the chat so they can drag it there. You're going to get a +1. I don't know if it'll matter. It's the end of the combat, but we still have some time. You never know. There it is. Spell effect, Inspire Courage. Put it on your tokens, Bjorn. Valifor. Excellent. Okay. The elf is done. Truly hiding in the shadows, she is. Bjorn, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to stab the creature.
Okay, stab.
That's piercing as well.
Exactly. Got the stabbing going on.
19.
That's going to be a hit. Normal. 15.
Be 15 points.
It's 15 points.
And then he'll pull out and do a backswing, which will be slashing.
Okay.
25.
That's normal damage. This could be it. 16.
16 slashing.
Describe how you fell the last of these creatures. Ayamode by your side.
Seeing how the Valor hit the creature before, as it recoils from that, Bjorn reaches over and pokes it, stabs it once high in the nape of the neck before he rips his blade out and spins, connecting with the other side, cutting the head of the creature clean off as it sails across the corridor.
The head just explodes when you lay into it, and as it does so, the rest of the body as well just explodes in an acidic burst. Everybody make a Fortitude DC 19 save. Everybody, except the elf.
Wait, we're on a new round, right? That means I can use the burning stuff again?
This is new round, yes.
Okay,
Well, hold on, nobody's damaged yet. Just make a DC 19 Fortitude save.
You pass
Honey.
out.
Everybody passed. Alright, so no damage was done. You avoided the acid splash, the explosion. It came from Bjorn's final blow on this creature. It seems that all of them have been felled. Silence again returns to the companions, accompanied by a melodic moan and singing, echoing through the stairs to the south. A voice that sounds familiar, but you don't see it. Who could it be? You don't see
Ghost?
Cipher. Perhaps it is. Everybody gets a extra hero point for that. So everybody gets a hero point for that. That was awesome. I was going to give out more, but I'm not in the mood tonight. Yeah, everybody did great in that. That was fantastic.
That was a rough one.
Yeah, it was one of those attrition type battles. Got to watch out for those. They drain you.
Because as soon as she moved through, then it started to block our avenues of escape.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, for you got through it, but then all these creatures start converging, and it's like, oh, but here we go.
Okay, so I think we should have some communication in the future. If I say, hey, should we run away? If you're thinking no, please say no. I would have turned around or fought with you guys. Instead, I just sat there and wasted a spell.
Yeah, that was a
and she just-
communication error.
And she just sat there at the base of the stairs like, well, if they're dead, they're dead.
This is what you
I'll
hear.
just sneak my way out.
Stomping up the steps, you hear this voice angrily proclaiming these things. And there you see Cipher. Well, she's invisible still. I don't know if she's going to appear or not.
No, she's just gonna let the spell wear off on its own. She's not gonna dispel it. She's just even invisible. She comes up to them and says, well, you're not dead.
Let's get some communication here, guys.
You were talking battle strategies. Well, evading the fight altogether is a strategy as well, unless you're so eager to gain more scars and wounds. Are we going to be going to this safe haven, or are we going to continue to mope around and wait for some more creatures to come and ambush?
Indeed, let's get going.
Can you
Hey,
guys...
Mom, let's go.
Ouch. Can you see her token?
Faintly.
Oh yeah, it's a little faint thing. Oh, that's cool. They can see you, Rachel. Careful what you say.
Well, I imagine that they would be able to see me ever so slightly since they are allies.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I like that.
Got a little hinky.
Yeah.
Yes.
There she is.
Alright, so she's gonna be like, I don't know about you, but I easily could have been taken down by those creatures. Could have killed me in one fell swoop. And she's going to just treat her own wounds.
10 minutes.
Yeah, while the others collect themselves and do whatever they need to do.
Lara would just look over at Cypher and she would just give her that look that says, I just fought off 2 creatures. What can you say?
This one's
Well,
gonna be
we
on you,
wouldn't have
Valfor.
needed to fight if we had all just gone with the plan. But
They
I
had
suppose I should be
converged
thankful
upon
that you're all alive.
They had converged after you ran through the room.
All right.
Boxed us in.
I want you to make your... I gotta put the initiative back up. We got people bleeding out here.
There was,
How much for you, Jeff?
Lara, let me see here. I think she can do battle medicine on herself.
Yep, and I have battle medicine, so
Yep,
I
she can use
did it
battle
on
medicine.
Valor.
Does that take away bleeding? Persistent bleed? Because
It's considered first aid.
it's a flat...
Straight wounds.
It's a flat check. You either need stop bleeding, first aid check.
Um,
I don't think it goes away with healing. Just constantly bleeding until it stops, I guess.
I think there is something that can just kind of like wipe it away really quick.
Oh, I got a quick question.
Yep.
How do I use battle medicine on myself? Because I've seen people use it on others, but I've never like watched people use it on themselves.
Same as
You make
works
a
the same
medicine
way.
check.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no difference. It's just you're applying it to yourself instead.
Valor, you got 20 hit points back from my battle medicine.
Thank you.
I think the persistent damage keeps going. You have to get that DC 15 or use a first aid. Which you can do. 2 actions. Stop bleeding. Attempt a medicine check on a creature that is taking persistent bleed damage. Giving them a chance to make another flat check immediately. The DC is usually
here
the
it is.
DC of the effect that caused the bleed, which is 15. So you get 2 rolls.
Well, should that be the case, that had it been my turn, I would have just run up here and then do my yelling and then administer first aid.
I don't. Does that get rid of bleed though?
Administer first aid? Yeah. Stop bleeding, and you can even stabilize somebody with it.
Yeah, I
I
was
have
thinking treat
healers.
wounds.
Yeah, I have healer's tools, so I can attempt the medicine check. It just gives them another chance to do it, but the DC stays the same. So if you're farther up in the initiative, like if you act before your ally that's bleeding, you can give them the chance to heal from the bleed before they take the bleed damage.
All right, so Valor, go ahead and make 2 flat checks, 15 or greater.
You want to roll those, Jess?
I got it. 15.
All right, so you're good. The bleeding goes away. Bjorn, go ahead and make yourself. You get 2 rolls as well. Either way, I'm going to end the bleed after this. But I want to see if you take 1 more shot of damage. No, that's 1. No, that's man. All right, take 1 more bleed damage, which is a D4. Let me roll that. I rolled a 1. So you rolled a 1. Valor rolled a 4. That was me. Take 1 more point, and then get rid of the bleed. God, confusing. Gonna have to look that up. All right. Brum-bum. All right. So after that drawn-out battle with these creatures, you managed to defeat them. All around you was surrounded this acid pools that seem to slowly dissipate as the mist grows around you. It's a horrible stench in this room. You probably don't want to stay here too long. 2d5. That's an interesting roll.
Supposed to be D6 Diz.
2d5.
Here, I'll do a medicine check on you. I'll get 2d8.
I got it.
What's the D6 for?
She passed the medicine check.
Oh, it should be D8.
It should be 2d8 plus 10.
There you go.
Okay.
So not you doing medicine checks?
And then I'm gonna hurl one Palaport Fuse because I get a retch to get rid of this condition.
All right, get rid of that then.
Projectile hurling.
Yep.
Yep.
Right on the table where everybody could see. Wretch.
You want one more healing? Or yeah, let's move on and then we can do more healing later.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Agreed.
So 20 minutes went by after the battle, lingering around. So we'll put you in your normal marching order here. Where's the torch? Where did I put the torch? And you guys are going to head south?
Yeah, get to the lower level and find a safe spot.
All right. I know how long this is going to take. So let me roll another dice. And let me bring you guys down to the next level. You make your way traveling to the west. You cross the great, wide corridor with the statues, broken statues in it. You pass them by, being cautious. You pull yourself up on the balcony area and make your way towards the western tunnel where there's a set of steps that goes south and into this room where there was poltergeists. There is a door. You pass through. A set of steps lies in front of you, full of debris and garbage. It is this chamber that leads to the tavern, known as the Warped Brew Tavern. You've been here a couple times. You enter. The faces immediately turn to you. A few words are aimed in your direction. You gave a few quick replies. They let you go, but they're very cautious. You don't see the Drider that was mentioned by Sheppy. So much for sexy Driders. You continue on out the door. They let you pass without incident. And you find yourself currently in the hallway, just outside the tavern. And it's here we're going to pick up part 2. So everybody take a short 5-minute break. Everybody get back, and we'll continue this part 2. Okay?
Sounds good.
Sounds amazing. Be right back, folks. Okay, and we're back. Part 2, episode 68. Just got a massive combat finished. It's pretty interesting. Saw some dynamics going on between the newest characters and the companions. Players are settling in, finding their preferred mannerisms, as it were, of play with these new characters. And they've all agreed after some discussion to leave this place of vile abomination creatures that get all acidic and travel further down below. They had no problem finding their way, traveling through the west, through the grand corridor with statues partially broken, down into the Warped Brew Tavern, where the ghouls, quite a few of them, laid eyes on them as soon as they entered the tavern, suspicious eyes, having seen these newest companions very rarely, but knowing that they're friends of the previous visitors, Sheppy and Althea and friends. They let them pass. Outside of the tavern is where the companions currently are, in a hallway, 10 feet by, 30 feet? They're sitting in there. They've got doors, double doors to the north, double doors to the west, which leads to a chamber, the site of a horrific battle that gravely injured some of the other companions, fatally in one case. And here you sit, gathered together, Siffer lingering back, keeping her eyes open for shadows. What do you do? Bjorn, Balafor, you lead the party.
Let's find a room we can use.
What was to the north?
Well, if we go back into that other room, that's where the other companions bit the dust, but we can turn north. Yeah. Bjorn will head over to the northern double doors. Yeah, I believe if memory serves, Chapt, that's where we took shelter before.
Yeah, that was a pretty good room.
Corridor seems to be empty. The echoes of your footfalls can be heard throughout this long corridor. You come to a set of double doors to your left along the west wall. A familiar room. You've been here before. It is here that the other companions had gathered themselves together and tried to recover their injuries. You came to their aid and escorted them from this place back to Otari. Or at least the tavern. They went to Otari. You returned here. The room seems empty, just as it was when you previously were through here.
So I say we heal up here. Once we're strong enough to go. Are those doors in the hallway we just came from, or are they just decoration blocks?
Those are doors.
Those are doors.
If they're
I
white,
say we,
they're doors.
One by one, check those rooms.
Yes, because if we descend those steps in the other chamber, we will be descending lower into the gauntlight. Where you and me found that one out the hard way.
Mhm. Definitely the hard way, and never again.
Where's the fun in that? Alright,
Player
who
teaching
needs
Adam.
healing? I still have a full set of healer's tools. Who requires the most healing?
Dizzy, what's your focus spell?
Focus spell is
Lay on hands.
Yeah, you could do that every 10 minutes.
I don't think I have enough focus points though.
No, you can get your focus points back. Every 10 minutes you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just go into like a meditative state, refocus for 10 minutes, and then afterwards you got that point back.
You have to spend time communicating with your god, Desna, in prayer or whatever, however you want to describe it. But by doing so, you call to Desna and your power is restored. Your energy, in this case, to power your lay on of hands, returns. It takes 10 minutes to do that. So you'll probably do it often. So yeah, you have that.
Cypher, while you're doing that, Cypher just responds to Bjorn. Says, you're looking fairly rough. Perhaps just use them on yourself.
Lyra's gonna use hands on Bjorn. And you get back 18 points.
How long did it take for us to get down here?
Almost another hour. So you're gathered in this room. If you're not going to do anything else, I guess you can leave. It's up to you, Bjorn. What's going on? You there, Bjorn? Bjorn. Kyle.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
I bumped the mute button. Alright, so yeah, I'll do some healing on who needs healing more.
I did lay hands on you, Bjorn, and you got 18 points back.
Well, I could use some.
Here, I got you with a medicine check.
She'll.
You.
Lyra's gonna do a medicine on Cypher.
Okay, I am immune until however much time's been an hour, because I did treat wounds just before we came down here.
So I can't do anything for you?
Not until the hours passed, which
Okay.
Britt said it's nearly an hour, so if anybody was doing something else.
So,
Um,
so to clarify, keep that in mind when you're using treat wounds skill. As soon as somebody has treat wounds on them, they become immune for 1 hour to any further
Is it
treat
from
wounds
that person?
from anyone. They're immune to it. An hour has to go by.
Unless you have that feat
Yes.
that allows you to do it basically like
Every 10 minutes.
every 10
minutes,
minutes. Yeah.
Here, Althea.
Well, in that case, are you doing the 3 action?
I can do the 3 action.
Yeah, I think we all could use a little bit. And even if I'm a little injured, that's fine. I stay in the back anyways.
But be warned, it's only going to be a D8 since I'm, only sub-spec into cleric.
It's fine. We all get
So
3.
everybody gets another 3.
Yay.
Feeling better already.
And that's all my heal spells.
Okay, half an hour went by.
So that reset another hour.
When an hour goes
Because
by.
whenever Cypher did that.
When an hour...
Would Cypher be able to...
Go ahead.
Would I be able to medicine her again?
After an hour. If an hour goes by. It's been...
Yeah, an hour has
30 minutes went
been
by
over.
since you got in this chamber. You've been in this chamber for 30 minutes. It took you about an hour to get down here. Any previous healing you did is okay. So that was, well, enough to heal them again. So being in this chamber, half an hour has gone by. I assume you did at least 2 heals in here to different people.
Wait, I had a question for Lailra.
Mhm.
Did you do a treat wounds or was that lay on hands?
Lay on hands.
Okay, yes, you can do that. Sorry, I thought I saw dice roll, and I thought it was treat wounds.
No, what I did, lay on hands on Bjorn, and I got him 18 points back. And then whenever Fritz told me that you still had a certain amount of time before you get healed or anything, and then you said that, I was going to wait to do battle medicine check on you.
Okay, yeah, battle medicine I think is like once a day per that person. And then treat wounds is like an hour. But you lay on hands, you could just lay on hands for days. Just keep going as long as you have that focus point.
Well, there's 17 for anybody who needs them. Me and Balfour is immune.
I'll take it.
Yeah, if the time's passed, yeah, take it.
So that makes 40 minutes, and then I'll do one for you, Cypher.
I think then that would be enough time if it took nearly an hour to get down here.
So there's 19 for you.
Alright, I am back up. With 1 hit point to spare.
Yes, I took assurance and medicine, and my DC is 23. So I always do the 2d8 10s.
Nice.
Okay, another hour is almost passed. We're about 50 minutes. So I got 10 more minutes and it'll be an hour. If you want to do something else.
How's everybody feeling? Have we patched ourselves up well enough to continue?
I think so.
Yeah, good share.
And we didn't want this space to be the localized home, or do we still need to go down a level? This is the level we wanted, right?
Yes.
It's just a matter of finding a safe enough haven to
Something
deal with.
defendable.
Yes.
Everyone's
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
pull his hood back, and everyone's actually gonna take off his mask and set it to the side.
Ugh. Just kidding.
Before you go any further, Lyra, deduct 2 torches from your inventory.
Does she want to keep the torch out if Bjorn's got light?
She won't keep it up.
All right, take away 2 torches and I'll take your torch light away from your token.
Done.
I believe I have torches here, Dave. Let me look. Yeah, I got torches, so you can add 2 back. Bjorn will offer 2 to you.
So the idea of the safe room is to kind of keep a nice defendable room. This seems appropriate. It's only got 1 entrance to it, as far as you know. A good thorough search by a rogue would be nice. But it seems doable. A place where you can store supplies, equipment, weapons, extra bandages, whatever you need. Over time, you could collect that stuff here, but the main purpose of it is just to be a drop-off point and a safe room. So if you get lost, if you get separated because somebody runs or whatever, you're ambushed, you have a place to go to, which can be role-played or it can be assumed. If a player misses a game session, it's easy to see them retreating to the safe room until the player is able to play again. It's a nice little thing. And as you get deeper into the gauntlight, you could pick up your stuff, move them down to another room. So you're constantly scouting out potential places to rest and protect your stuff and be a camp. And eventually you'll have to go back to Otari, but not so often. And maybe you'll learn how to use those teleportation circles. And that'll make things very easy to get back to Otari. So that's the idea. If you guys want to go with that, that's up to you.
Place seems easily defendable. We could use these tables to bar the door once we're inside of it, and camp here. The entrance to the lower levels is just down the corridor to the right. It's easy access.
Yes, it is, isn't it? It's perfect.
Yeah, and there's only one way in, so defendable.
Only one way. It's very
There we go.
defendable. Yes.
Sniper's going to just scour the room while they're having that discussion. It's like, well, I'll agree it's defendable once I see with my 2 eyes.
Okay. Give me 2 perception checks blind as this conversation goes on and you scan the room.
Right, I've rolled both of them.
You find nothing new. You don't see any outlines of secret doors or passages, hidden traps, hidden entrances. Nothing seems to be concealed from your eyes anyway. There is something else in this room. There was some stuff in here. It looks like I might have eliminated it. Remember that I think you guys took it all. There was a steel shield, daggers. I know you got the 4-pronged key. There was a spyglass, 14 pitons, 30 feet of chain. Did you guys take all that? Because I don't see the thing on the map. It's not here.
I don't think we took everything.
I don't.
No, the only thing Arthurian took was the pick.
All right, it should be on the
I
map
think all I
now.
took was the key.
I put it on the map. Let me get rid of some stuff. Dagger's probably there. Chain shirt is gone. We'll get rid of that. Steel shield is gone. I guess, yes.
No.
Did any of the other characters take it? Like, the dwarf?
No, his shield was fine.
Okay, caltrops, I think they were taken.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think Althea might have taken those.
10 feet of chain is probably still there. Okay. And a dagger. So there's a dagger, steel shield, and 10 feet of chain still remaining. So you have some supplies already in this chamber. If you want them. What I'll do is if you guys want to put supplies here, you can use this to put the supplies there. So if you're getting encumbered with stuff, you can just drop them off, drag them to the sheet if possible. And keep track of your stuff here. So if you want to do that now. And Bjorn and Valafor, you can plan your defense in case you're attacked.
Bjorn slides his mask off the table. I think we need to set these tables in such a way where we can narrow their front. blankets, set them up, and then place them
Funnel.
behind them and drive them into the floor.
Or we can just use them to block the door.
Indeed.
You guys, after the game, you guys can think about how you want to defend the room, and maybe I'll make some tiles and put them on here to show barricades or something. I'll let you guys furnish it all out. But right now we can assume that it's got a nice little defense setup, place where you can lay your blanket rolls if need be to sleep. You can keep track of your stash here, so anything you want to leave behind, you can do that. But one concern is, okay, there's ghouls not far from here who may or may not be wandering these halls. Somebody was wandering these halls, and who knows what might come into this chamber later. What are you going to take?
We can clearly tell.
Yeah, the alarm. What precautions are you going to take for that? Like, are you going to hide this stuff somehow? Or are you going to set traps? Or how are you going to, when you're not here, what are you going to do to protect it?
Gonna wrap a chain around the door handles and use my dagger as something like a lock.
Yeah, you need a lock. That's what you need. It's as simple as that. Just get a giant lock. Back to Otari. Yeah. Okay. Next time you'll have to get a lock. Or maybe find one. You could jury rig
Maybe
something.
we can rip one off of something.
Yeah.
Find one
That's
somewhere.
actually a really
rip
good
it
idea.
off.
That's actually a really good idea. We could probably find a lock in the lower level. It is, looks to me to be like a prison area, so surely they have a lock somewhere.
It's possible.
Yes, we'll rip one right off, and if you ask nicely, maybe I can repurpose it for these doors.
You do have some keys. If you find the lock that fits the key, there you go. Valafor, you have a key as
yeah.
well. Sheppy left you a key.
Oh, okay.
When you get back to Atari, I'll let you swap some of your stuff with Sheppy. And Althea with the elf. You guys can swap what you want, but for this session, I only let you swap one thing. And that was the key for you, Valafor. You might need this. Here, it's handy.
Should take it. And hopefully you can use it.
Okay, see ya.
Yep.
Silly goblin. So, before we move any further with this, just give me an idea of what your precaution is right now, Bjorn and Valafor, or anybody, for this room to protect it.
Okay, so I picture like a mobile barricade that we can easily move and put back when we're leaving. But while we're in here, we can put it in place so it bars the doors shut, tables, whatever debris we have.
Yes, something that we can access, but ghoul arms wouldn't be able to reach.
We're all fairly tall, right?
7-1.
I'm 6'7".
Valafor 6'4".
How tall are you, Dizzy? How tall is your character, Dizzy?
I feel short. 5'7".
Ooh, shorty in
I'm
the
almost
midst.
2 feet taller than you are.
Damn.
I feel really short.
Now you know how I felt.
But you are an ASMR.
Yeah.
Do you have a halo?
Not yet.
That's going to be cool. Little shorty
I
with a
don't get-
halo.
Unfortunately, I can't get a halo until I think I'm level 9.
That'll be fun. Good job, by the way, Dizzy. You did good in the combat.
No, level 10 is whenever I can get the wings. Level 9 is whenever I get a ability that actually boosts, I think, the group's attack, I think. I'll have to look.
Gotcha. All right, so when you're ready, you can vacate the room.
ready to proceed.
All right, so you're leaving nothing behind. Just what's already been in here. You're just making a mental note that, yeah, this will be a good room for later, but we're not ready to do anything here yet. It is the safe room. We get into trouble, run here, right? Is that what's going on?
Yep.
Okay.
If we call pineapples, and when if we get to
Yep.
split up, run here.
Okay.
It's the pineapple location.
All right, good enough for now. Let's move on. Out into the corridor we go. Okay. In your marching order, which way you going?
If we head north and investigate.
Yep, one room at a time.
All right. And Bjorn's gonna start heading north.
All right, side by side you go, heading north. Now, according to your map and your notes and talking with the other companions, they noted that this room, this hexagonal-like room, did have a grate in its ceiling way above that looked familiar to Sheppy. In fact, he was observing this room when he was separated from the party. Althea and the others. He remained behind and took a close look at this. He didn't peer through the doorways, but he was fascinated by what was up in that ceiling. He recognized that he was there before in that chamber above. That was a room that, if he recalls correctly, contained one of those blue creatures that had chains wrapped all around them. It was lingering in that chamber. And he described defeating the creature with fire. But according to Cipher, such a creature still wanders these halls, or at least the halls above. Could it be the same one? You head back into this chamber, where the others once were. Rust and grime fill this octagonal chamber. A wide hallway leads to the south. You're standing in that wide hallway. You see that above you can see the rusty grate. You see a doorway to the east and to the west.
I'll move up and take a listen at the eastern door.
What are the rest of you doing?
We could join him and also take a listen.
Okay. And it,
Same.
so you're all heading to the east doorway. Go ahead and make a roll. SMR. Let's see.
Perception blind.
Yes.
Alrighty, incoming. And you're what?
You all get to the chamber. You move towards the door as a group. Quiet, says Bjorn. Listen, I think I hear something. And as you all press your ear close to the cold, cold wood of the door, you feel its dampness. You hear a sickening sound. A sound you've heard before, a sound of something sloshing, as if moving along the floor with some wet appendage. A chill goes up the back of your neck. The hairs stand up. Clearly, Cipher, something vile lies behind this door. What do you do?
There's clearly something on the other side. I'm not sure if the rest of you have heard it. Should
Oh,
we
I heard it.
engage? If we wish to proceed, we may have to confront it.
It seems there is no other option unless we take the western side.
The door doesn't seem to be locked, but has a simple latch, similar to the ones you've encountered.
Alright,
Well-
form up behind me.
Well, perhaps we can go about this a different way than barging in. There's ample space for combat, for a fight here. Should we lure it out here?
Like we did with the demons. Good idea. Though I doubt if what I suspect is behind that door, I doubt caltrops will be of any use.
Well,
I have an idea.
yes, let us take position on either side of the door. Perhaps here and here. And then 2 others march in, and then...
Guys, I have to go. I'm sorry.
Right, Jesse.
Alright, I'll see
I'll be
ya.
back on. All
Alright.
right, I'll see you.
Valafor, go and hold the hallway and wait for my signal. And Valafor will.
Okay.
If
Um,
you two can take up positions on the other side of the door, I'll go in and piss it off.
Alright, and maybe take a peek before you actually, like peek through the door, and then determine if that's actually, give me a signal.
Right? What signal would you like me to give you?
She just gives like a very distinct wave.
That's a wave, not a signal. I'm sure I'll think of something. Get into your positions. Wait for my mark. I will slowly open the door and peek inside. Oh, that's a party. That's a party. I'm game. Let's do it.
Can you like recall knowledge perhaps from this distance as you get a glimpse of it?
The wide
Oh,
spiral staircase continues downward, leveling out long enough to pass by a single door leading east where they cross from you, and a hallway leading west where you stand. The space between them has a rounded, cloudy window overlooking a large pool in a natural cavern. You've seen this before. A dim orange glow emanates from far below. You can see it from the distance of the door. You can see that emanation coming up in this pit that lies before you. Very familiar to what was above you. You must be close by to that very hole. A sulphurous stench hangs in the air, and before you, one creature you've seen before. You just defeated them. Those Grothlith-type creatures. But another creature, this one, you have never seen before. And as the door creaks open and you look at it, it turns to face you slowly. And its multiple eyes, green in color, all along its head circumference, lock with yours, Bjorn. And its maw begins to open slowly. And you see ooze dripping from its maw. And it's at that stage
I keep the door open.
we roll initiative. It sees you. So make your final plans now.
Count 2. I'll try to lure them out.
Okay.
Bjorn flips his hood up, unmasked, but flips his hood up, just a force of habit. And yeah, gets ready to kick the door quite loudly.
Bjorn, what do you see?
See a large serpent-like creature. It's got 3 eyes and 2 mouths. And another one of those gibbler things that we just fought upstairs, but the smaller one, not the mouther.
Oh boy.
Back away further. I'm going to need room to get this big bugger out of here.
Lara's gonna back up. She's gonna get into up behind where Cypher is, and she's going to ready an action
Once again, Cypher, you have the first action. Cypher.
Oh yeah, I didn't even roll anything. All right.
I got you. It's all perception.
Yeah, I didn't even have that open. Yeah, first action.
Once again.
Oh, could you unpause it? I'm gonna move.
10 feet.
She moves back. Begins to serenade the rest of the team. Oops, I meant to do that public. There you go, everybody.
Inspire courage.
And then she's going to recall knowledge on the almost comically threatening creature that has the dagger with its tail.
All right. Occultism is what you're looking at, unless you have a particular lore, which I don't think you do on this, but go for it. Occultism. Blind.
If I failed that, I would like to
Go ahead.
use a hero. Oh, interesting. If I re-roll using a hero point, it doesn't make it blind.
I see that.
It even switched my thing to public. That's so bizarre.
It's bananas. Okay. Okay. Well, you've never seen this type of creature ever in your life, although it's somehow... No, this is something you've never seen before. It's not like one of these mutated creatures you've seen. This seems like a solid entity creature, like a giant worm. You haven't seen this before. You don't know what it is. Because we're in combat, you can attempt another one if you wish.
Well, that's all I've got for this.
As you sing away melodically like an elven persona. Okay. Next is going to be the Sagathi Guard. Probably should have that invisible. Okay, let's see what it does, Bjorn, as you stand there with the door open. Begins to rise above the steps as if it was under some kind of levitation. An invisible force begins to rise the creature upward. And as it does so, it begins to slowly move towards the door. And it stops just short. In your mind, Bjorn, you hear words you've never heard before spoken to you. They're coming to you from the back of your head, moving forward and forward more. They say, "Why have you come to me so soon? Your time is not yet."
Come to put an end to Balcora's tyranny.
Do you scream this out?
Yeah.
The others around you hear you speak these words, but they hear nothing that you're speaking to. This is in your mind. Then it stops. You need to make a will save. This can be public.
27.
Your mind begins to swim left and right, visions of the past, visions of the gauntlight above and below. It all begins to swirl. You're starting to become confused. You immediately call out the name of Desna, and as you do, and you shake your head back and forth quickly, you regain your stability of mind. You shook it off. It hisses at you. And with that, it seems to motion with its head to the right. And as it does so, the other creature, the gauntlight, responds and begins to move towards you slightly, just a couple of little feet. And as it does so, there's a chain binding it. You can hear the chain wrapped around this gauntlight creature. Its turn hasn't come up yet, but it is in motion. We're going to go to Layla. You're not sure what's happening, Layla. You see Bjorn shaking his head, issuing some words of command and encouragement. The elf has dropped back, also doing likewise, encouraging you with melodic tones. What do you do?
What Lyra's going to do is she's going to move to the opposite side of Bjorn. Wiggle herself in the corner right there.
Make a will save.
Okay.
You feel your mind begin to swim with confusion. But you as well feel the presence of Desna. And you shake it off. Go ahead.
Alright, and then I'm going to hold an action.
You're gonna ready an action, you mean?
I'm gonna ready an action. The trigger is going to be as soon as that creature comes through the door, she's going to attack it.
Okay. So you're forfeiting 2 actions to get a reaction, with the trigger being what you just said. Okay, that works. Good. Remember that. Bellafor?
Bellafor is going to be really simple. He's going to move up into another ambush position here, and he's going to do basically the same thing. He's going to delay and ready an action to attack once it comes through the door.
Okay. Bjorn, you're next.
Shaking off the effect. Lyra, Cypher, you guys can hear this. Bjorn just sort of drops his head for a moment, and he whispers something. And then he proceeds to step inside. And he looks to the creature. Not really the best you got. Come on. Come over here and fight me, you ugly mug. I'll enjoy putting your head on a spike.
Trying to intimidate it?
To taunt the creature. Actually, I'm trying to taunt the creature into coming after me.
Right, go ahead and make a coerce. That's going to be intimidation. Go ahead and make a coerce. Intimidation.
27.
Exploration. I don't usually do that in combat, actually, but go ahead and make an intimidation roll anyway. 27. This should be blind, but it's okay. And what are you trying to make it do? Follow you? Pursue you?
Yeah.
Come towards you?
I'm trying to goad it on to me.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
And he's gonna back out of the room.
Okay.
Sort of taunting it and trying to goad it to follow him.
Okay. So you're backing up doing that. Okay, makes sense. You done?
Yeah.
Rothland. This creature advances to the door. He comes within sight, but then he stops as if something is binding him, keeping him from leaving the location. He stops and he halts there and he reaches towards you, Bjorn. You can see the claws reaching towards you. He looks fanatical. This horrible looking creature. We're going to go to round 2. Cipher, you're up.
Going to continue inspiring my allies, the companions. Yeah, that's a little out of range. And she'll cast Forbidding Ward. So, and she'll do this in a fanciful display of dancing and singing.
Da 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 da.
And she's casting Forbidding Ward on Bjorn.
Thank you.
You feel the protection of Forbidding Ward. Protection of who? It's the occult. The protection of the occult is upon you. Cultic powers.
Protection from Sobek.
Ah. Okay. That it?
Yeah.
Gonna go to
That is it.
Sagathi. The Sagathi begins to whip its back end below it. Remember, it's levitating. Below it and up above it. And it's what you see in the tail itself, you see this black bladed sword. It's actually grabbing hold of a sword in its tail, and you see it whip it about. And as it does so, it brings it close to its mouth, and this liquid just froths and then drips onto the edges of the blade, and it covers it totally in this liquid. And it continues to hover there in the air, almost beckoning you to come back into the chamber. One more thing here. Okay. Bjorn, give me a will save.
Oh, I was supposed to be blind. My bad.
Make another one. Well, it didn't have to be, but okay, it's better anyway. Ba, 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 ba.
I remember the Inspire Courage. I don't even know if this would apply here, but it's also a +1 against fear effects. So if you have anything good against fear, as far as bonuses go, this one is a status bonus.
Lyra has the aura of courage, I believe.
And I have bravery as a fighter, so
So I think one of those has to be like the circumstance bonus or something. Okay, so that's like after the effect of like when you become frightened, you can just reduce it. All right. So if my prevention fails, yours covers it.
Yep.
Aura of courage. Okay. Lara, you're up first. Give me a will save.
Alright.
It could be public. The saves really don't matter.
23.
Okay, you're okay. Power of Desna is upon you. Go ahead. Got your turn.
Is she able to tell from where she's currently hiding if the creature is coming or not?
Yeah, you could peek around the corner. Or the door. I'll let you see through that. You're near the door.
Alright, so still holding her position. She's gonna peek her head around the corner to see if the creature's coming.
It looks like it's just lingering there, floating, levitating. Just hovering with this sword whipping about on its tail. It's not advancing towards the door, no.
She's gonna continue to hold her action.
Okay. Next, we're going to go to Valafor.
Alifor's going to move up beside Bjorn and try to goad the creature even more.
Okay. Make a will save for Valafor.
30.
Okay. You're goading?
Yeah.
What is that? Are you being loud and calling to it? Screaming?
Yeah, like he's basically trying to lure it to the door.
But you're being loud, correct?
Yeah, very.
All right. That's all I needed to know. Bjorn?
I'm gonna do it. Saying the creature not advance. Bjorn's gonna look over to the party. Creature's not moving.
You're not going inside.
Bjorn's gonna look up, almost like he's looking to the heavens. And he's gonna whisper something yet again. Light, save my soul. And he's gonna advance into the room.
Make your will save.
Did you say that these can be public?
These can be public.
29.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get in front of this guy.
Gotcha.
And see if I can start swinging for the fences.
Okay. Laying into him.
Because my thought process, if I kill this thing, maybe it'll come out. 27.
27 is going to hit. It's not a critical.
Be 16 points of slashing damage.
You cut deep into its flesh, if you could call it that.
Third final action, I'm going to disengage back to the door.
Okay. The creature reaches at you, but it cannot pull itself towards you. It's held, it's bound by a chain, and it slinks backwards upon realizing that. Do one more round. Cipher, you're up. Inspire Courage.
Not this round, so everybody can essentially get rid of it.
It should say expired, so it won't count.
Oh, interesting. So usually it does say expired, but it doesn't. So I wonder if it's after my turn? Nah, it can't be. I'll just get rid of it. She's going to use reach,
Excellent.
so she doesn't have to move, and then cast Produce Flame.
Nice. Must have known Farley Tell.
And I'm targeting the creature right here, the one that I can see.
It misses.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Let's see if it dodges out of the way in the air. Floating.
Ooh,
Ugh.
not any better.
Whoa, it
These hero
dissipates.
points today.
Okay.
Alright, well that's my action.
Okay, you tried. I'm going to go to the creature. The creature begins to moan some arcane language. You can hear it. It's speaking. It's speaking, but you don't understand what it's saying. The door next to you, Bjorn, slams shut. Slams shut. And the group is plunged into darkness behind you. It moves slightly in the air, in a more central position, hovering over this black abyss. Your mind... By the way, I need you... No, I don't need you to do anything. Your mind begins to fill again with words speaking to you in some language that somehow you understand. Come closer. Come closer. Lyra, you've been plunged into darkness. The door in front of you has slammed shut. What do you do? No will save, by the way.
Yeah, and that time I actually didn't slam it.
Maybe you did. What do you do? Do what a champion would do. A champion of Desna. Liberator.
Okay, so since that's not working, Lara is going to stand up out of the corner. She's going to move to the doorway. She's going to look at the creature dead on, and as loud as she can, she's just going to scream at it, going, "What's the matter? You can't move, you ugly piece of whatever you are."
You have to spend an action to open the door.
She'll do that.
All right, you have one action left. You start.
She's going to scream at it. See if she can get it to come.
All right, give me a charisma check. Intimidation.
Blind?
Blind, yes.
Alright, incoming. On its way.
As you open the door and you start beckoning it towards you, speaking in dark, well, not dark, speaking in commanding words appropriate of an ASMR. It acknowledges you. It looks towards you. The eyes look slightly in your direction, and you can feel, you can sense it must be looking at you. And it just stares at you. You're not sure if it's understanding your words or not, but you've got its attention.
She's staring right back at it.
You done?
Let's see here. She spent the action to the door.
You got one more action. Want to do something? Go ahead.
Gonna do something stupid.
Be careful.
Looking at the group, looking at Bjorn, seeing this thing being extremely stubborn. She is going to move that distance, and that'll be the end of her turn.
Brace herself for what is to come. Valafor, you're next.
Actually, Balbor's going to do something. Something I've always wanted to try. He's changing his grip of his two-handed axe. He's going to draw his spear. Let's see what the range is here.
That's the range increment.
I'm trying to find the range increment of it here. Range thrown 20 feet, so... He's going to move into the room as well. And he's going to throw a spear.
All right, change grip is one action. Draw the spear is a second action. Moving will be a third action.
But I'm ready to go for next round.
You are ready to go, if you're happy with that. Bjorn. Make a will save.
$30.
Okay. So far, so good.
It ain't moving out, guys. I'm going in after it. I'm going to cast True Strike on myself.
Huh.
We're going to move up and keep the engagement on this injured gibber here. Now this says roll for the True Strike, it says roll the attack twice and use the better result.
Yeah, so you'll roll twice. Ignoring circumstance penalties. Okay, 31 is going to be... Well, got to roll again.
That actually did them both.
Did it? I guess it did. All right, she got a 31. That... And what are you attacking with here?
Well, sort of.
Oh, against the Grothlet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Guy's out of range. Yeah, that's a critical.
That's 30 points.
30 points.
Of slashing damage.
Okay, he's not dead. He took a nice slash. You got him almost cleaved in half. Near death.
That's all I can do. I had to move.
All right, he's going to reply back. Somehow, he stutters, keeps himself from falling, and he claws at you. 27's going to hit. Normal damage.
Using liberating step on him.
All right. 13 minus 8 is 5 points of damage you take. Slashing. It's going to attack a second time. Claws are flying once again. 8 failed. It tries one last time before it keels over. Falls into the abyss. Gets a 23 crit.
Armor class 24.
Oh, you're changing it to 24. Did you just do that? Did you change?
No, that's my base armor.
Oh, yeah, but he rolled a natural 20. So 20, 23 would be a success. It would be a failure, but because he rolled a 20, it'd be success, so it's not critical. So he'd only do 15, 16, 17 points of damage. 17. Okay. Nice catch. Nice catch.
So shield raise armor class is 26.
It's done. All right, that's going to end our round. All right, so this is where we're going to leave it. Kind of hanging here. It's right on the cusp of dying. He's probably going to get wiped out here. But still, this other creature is just floating in front of you, Bjorn. A mere 10 feet away from you. It seems to be penetrating your mind with words and speaking to you, almost as if he's beckoning you. It obviously has some type of magical abilities, being able to shut the door and cause your mind to swim as you draw closer to it. But your friends are backing you up. You see the champion. You hear Valafor, your companion in arms. And surely the elf lingers in the shadows beyond. Your friends are with you. You press on. So we'll start the next round, round 4, next week, with Cipher. So think about what you're going to do, Rachel. Oh, yeah. We'll call it there. Okay?
All right.
You guys good with that?
I'm good with it.
Fantastic.
Okay. All right, folks. That was a good game. We're going to call it here. Let everybody do their outros, and we'll have our little quick post chat here before we all go. But let's do our outros first, and then we'll cut the stream. So go ahead, Kyle. What'd you think?
Fun. I enjoyed it. Definitely wasn't expecting to be ambushed up there in an area that we have pretty well cleared out of enemies. Was not expecting to walk into a trap. But that was fun, and then this creature trying to goad it out, that was something I don't normally do. I thought I would give it a try. Clearly, I'm not charismatic enough. Like, my diplomacy is +0, and I'm just fantastic, but it's got to be how I'm coming off. Or how he's perceiving me, because he just would not leave this cozy little room, so going in after him.
Well, trying is better than not. Okay. How about you, Dizzy? What do you think?
I mean, we survived. We haven't died yet, so definitely enjoying playing the character.
You did great in that ambush. That was great. We'll see what you can do on this one. Forward and onward. How about you, Rachel? Getting used to your new character here, the Bard.
Yes, it's been a slow start due to some communications, but we'll see how this next battle is. I'm not going to be focusing on healing people like my last character. Just going to be saving my own hide and trying to dish out a bunch of damage, and then every once in a while, when I have that spare action, inspire my allies. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I haven't really been able to spread my bardic wings just yet.
Flap, 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 flap. You'll get there. It's
No,
good.
but you're about to.
Yeah. Although I'm still debating on entering that room. I really don't want to.
No, you might be the only survivor. Let's go dark. Better run to that safe room.
Yeah, you mean the one that's only like 100 feet away? Not even.
Yeah, not even.
That's all right. That's part of making that room safe is to clear out the baddies in adjacent rooms.
Yep.
Yeah, but good session. Thank you for hosting and running it.
As always, we're going to call it here, folks. Jesse, of course, had to leave. He'll be back later. But it was an enjoyable game. I loved it. We're going to be back again next Sunday and pick up with this battle that's about to go into full swing here. It's looking good. It's looking dark. It's looking dangerous. I can't wait. We'll see what happens next episode. It's episode 69. So, folks, you guys hang in there, and you know why? It's only going to get better. So, till next time, folks, we'll see you. Take care.